Love by Toni Morrisson. Toni Morrison's Love, written in 2003, is a haunting lyrical novel that explores the lingering shadow of a charismatic man, Bill Cozy, and the complex lives of the women bound to him by love, rivalry, and memory. Though Cozy has been dead for years when the novel begins, his presence dominates the emotional landscape of the story. Morrison unspools the narrative in fragments, giving voice to women whose identities were shaped and scarred by their proximity to him. Bill Cozy, a successful black entrepreneur and owner of a luxury hotel during the segregation era, he is both beloved and resented. To some, he is a generous patron, a man who hosted the best parties in town. To others, he is a manipulative figure who used charm as control. Despite his absence, Cozy remains the gravitational center of the novel, shaping not only the women's pasts but their present resentments and desires. Morrison writes, "He could have been a decent man, but the women in his life wouldn't let him." Heed Cozy is Cozy's widow, whom he married when she was only 11 years old. Heath is now an aging woman, clinging to her sense of power by maintaining control of the Cozy estate. Despite their estranged marriage, Heath continues to claim her status as Mrs. Cozy with pride and authority. Her perspective reveals the desperation and complexity of a girl who became a woman too quickly, then lived her life trying to justify it. Christine Cozy is Cozy's granddaughter. Once Heath's childhood friend, has become her bitter enemy. She returns home after years away and takes up residence in the same decaying seaside mansion where Heath lives. The two women live under the same roof in toxic silence, bound together by inheritance battles and unresolved grief. Christine views Heath's marriage to her grandfather as a betrayal. Morrison captures their enmity with surgical clarity. They each held the other's throat in one hand. Junior Vivian, a troubled and clever young woman who arrives from a juvenile facility and becomes a secretary in the Cozy household. Junior is both an observer and a manipulator, fanning the flames of conflict between Heath and Christine while pursuing her own agenda. She represents a new generation shaped by trauma and detachment, but capable of piercing insight. L. The novel's secret narrator, only revealed fully near the end, is L, the former cook at Cozy's hotel. She is the keeper of memory, the one who saw it all but remained silent for most of the novel. Her voice provides a moral and emotional anchor, guiding the reader through the fog of contradictory memories. She says, "The truth is, I loved Bill Cozy. I just didn't like him much." Love is not about romantic love alone. It examines love as possession, power, longing, violence, and ultimately memory. Morrison's non-linear narrative mimics the way trauma and memory distort time. The women's voices clash and overlap, offering contradictory versions of the same events. The novel dismantles nostalgia, asking who has the right to remember and how love can become a weapon. Morrison challenges readers to question not only the intentions of her characters, but the very meaning of love itself. Love is never any better than the lover. Wicked people love wickedly. Violent people love violently.